We begin this morning with the continuing questions about the response to the Florida school shooting and the ongoing debate over gun safety. There are reports this morning that at least 3 Broward County Sheriff's deputies waited outside Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School while a gunman killed 17 people inside. That includes a school resource officer who resigned on Thursday.
Last week's shooting has prompted calls at the state and national level for changes to gun laws and security measures at schools. Omar Villafranca is outside Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Omar, good morning.
Good morning. Governor Rick Scott says he wants to make it virtually impossible for anyone with a mental health issue to use a gun. Meanwhile, CBS News has confirmed that a woman close to the alleged shooter called the FBI on January 5th and warned them that she was concerned that Nikolas Cruz would, quote, get into a school and just shoot the place up.
I'd rather have somebody that loves their students and wants to protect their students than somebody standing outside that doesn't know anybody and doesn't know the students and, frankly, for whatever reason, decided not to go in, even though he heard lots of shots being fired.
At CPAC on Friday, President Trump once again called for arming gun-adept teachers to keep students safe. Mr. Trump said he would rather see educators with concealed carry permits than armed officers like Deputy Scott Peterson, who had a chance to stop alleged shooter Nikolas Cruz, but did not.
The teacher would have shot the hell out of him before he knew what happened.
But that was not part of Florida Governor Rick Scott's action plan announced Friday.
We're going to have law enforcement at every school, and we're going to look at the size of campuses, but at least one per every 1,000 students. Let law enforcement do the keeping us safe and let teachers focus on teaching.
Governor Scott also proposed a violent threat restraining order that would prevent a violent person like Cruz from having a gun if evidence of a threat is presented in court.
He was kicked out of school. He was known to students as a danger to shoot people, and he was reported to the FBI last month as a possible school shooter. And yet, he was never put on the list to be denied the ability to buy a gun, and his guns were never removed from him.
CBS News has confirmed a woman called an FBI tip line concerned Nikolas Cruz would get into a school and just shoot the place up. She said he had a diminished mental capacity and gave a stark warning. You know, it's just so much. I know he's going to explode.
It was very somber. Some people were emotional.
Marjory Stoneman Douglas social studies teacher Greg Pittman was one of the staff members who returned to the school Friday. He says he is a gun owner, but says guns in classrooms are a, quote, very bad idea.
Or what if the students overpower me and they take the gun? On top of that, I want to be a teacher. I do not want to be police. I do not want to be SWAT. I do not want to be the Army. If I did that, I would have joined that.
I had a bullet go in here. They sewed that up. Shrapnel here, here, and here.
12th grade shooting survivor Samantha Fuentes plans to complete her education online so that she can advocate for stricter gun control. But that doesn't mean she's concerned about returning to campus.
I want to return to a safe place, a safe country for all of our children and their children and their children. And the only way to do that is to step back on campus and tell the world, no, I will not be defeated by this. I will not be turned away. I will be listened to.
On Sunday, students can go to an open house that's on campus and they can ask for help. On Monday and Tuesday, staff is expected to return and classes are expected to resume on Wednesday. Anthony?
Omar Villafranca in Parkland, Florida. Thanks, Omar.